Oh no,
My
I got
light.
a message. It is recording. You want me to stop it?
No, 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 no. We can edit it.
Okay.
Okay. Is that too much light in my glasses? Hey,
Hey, how
how
are
are
you?
you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm
Okay.
finally trying to adjust myself.
You
Uh,
adjusted?
yeah, I think I'm going to change the speaker view because I keep looking at myself. So I'll look at you. You look at me. So,
With that said, I'm looking right at the little camera, so we're both looking someplace. That's all that matters.
just right.
Well, I'm Candice for you who are new subscribers, and this is
This is Dionne. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining. Right before we signed on, I'm coming to you from the shadows. I'm trying a different light. So bear with me. We're therapists, like I mentioned before, windows, not productions. So you're as we go along, you'll see some different changes. Candace
absolutely.
always shows up really nice. I might come in a bonnet next time because it's Sundays.
I might be in a hoodie. Take me as I am. No judgment.
Right. Because part of this is what do therapists really think? And what we think is on a Sunday, we should be able to show up however we like. We
Abs-
carry our brains everywhere. That's the therapy stuff in there. But the outside, who knows what that'll look like.
Absolutely. As long as it's clean.
And
It's like that pregnancy rule. You just so clean. As long as I'm clean, I'm good. I may not be matching.
it's all
Yeah, I
like,
may not be done.
and put my lotion on my face.
A little
That
bit.
right. What do you want to talk about today, Candace?
You know what? I want to talk about my recent experience with getting my shot. That, thank you for calling and checking on your strong friend. You know the expression, check on your strong friend.
Right.
Girl. Well, two things I want to talk about. When I went to have my shots, I went to the Timonium Fairground in Maryland. Did you go there? Have you?
No, I'm still on the list.
Oh, that's right. You're still, oh my
After your
goodness.
encouragement, I cried and put myself on the list, and nobody's called me. So I'm
Isn't
like,
that
won't he do it?
something? So tell me what your hesitation was about when I sent you that email. What was your hesitation about?
Hesitation was the thing that you're going to get to, your experience. That was one hesitation. I
Ah,
had a little bit of the regular Black folk hesitation, the whole Tuskegee thing.
mm-hmm.
But then I realized, well, if they were trying to kill us, they probably wouldn't advertise it because they didn't really advertise in Tuskegee, right? Right? In
That is true.
Tuskegee, it's like we just want these black men, right? But considering they want Lottie Dottie and everybody to get the shot,
Hmm. Yeah.
and I think the distribution of it is so messed up that they can't put the kill the black people vaccine aside because I don't think they got the infrastructure just right.
You say kill the black people vaccine.
Like put that to the side and just
Later for later.
so with that, like the
Mhm.
hesitation was, will I get sick? Are they secretly trying to kill me? But I've come to like, no, with this one, they're not trying to kill me. And like any vaccine, you can expect to have some mild side effects.
Yeah.
So I'm on the list.
Yeah, that's because you're on a list.
I'm on
And
the
it's
list.
so funny. I went back and forth. I remember thinking, I'm not getting this. I'll get this after they get it, right? All the non-African American, non-BIPOC, non-black people. I'm trying to cover everybody. Non-Latinos, Chinese, Asian American, after they get it. And then I remembered I was in my house and I was like, man, I miss just going out. And I remember thinking, wow, I miss traveling. And and I was like, man, I miss just being in this room and not being able to go and see a neighbor, or I just miss my life. I mean, I
Yeah,
love my family, but I miss my life.
yes, right.
And I remember when it came, I made the appointment. And on the way there, I said, you can always change your mind. I said, you know what, let me get a little Mickey D's on the way because it was down the street. So let me get a little Mickey D's and make it there early, and I can just sit with
Be there for a minute.
yeah, sit there for a minute. And the fairgrounds is where they have the festivals, the carnivals. And I remember getting there in the afternoon and it wasn't packed. Because no, when I go for a carnival, it's packed.
It's packed.
And I'm
Yeah.
sitting there eating my little hamburger and drinking my little juice, and I'm watching a parade of white people. It's like, I see white people, tons of them. And I was like, wow. And I think I saw one black girl, and I rolled down my window, hey, girl, hey, hey. You know how we do, hey, right? It's like, they know.
In case something break off.
Just in case someone break off, I saw that black girl in the red jacket, right? So when I get out my car, and I was just amazed that I didn't see a lot of us. But it's a big place. I get in, and I was so surprised how easy it was to come in. I showed my little ID, my little license, and in 2 minutes, I was in a chair. And I looked around, and I didn't see anyone who looked like me. No one. And there had to be maybe about 300 people getting shots. And you have to wait after the shot, you have to wait for about 15 minutes. And I still didn't see anyone that looked like me. I didn't see anyone that.
I was scared.
And then I was like, wait a minute, maybe this is a plot to get rid of people like me. Because I don't see nobody like me. But I see a lot of people who don't look like me. And I was like, I guess they're not trying to kill us. But because we're afraid, this is it might kill us. Because we're afraid, this is the thing, right?
You got it.
Yeah. And then when I went back for the second shot, as I left, I saw one person who looked like me. And I was like, hey, And I was like, okay, now there are two. I saw me, I saw three. When I was in the car eating, I saw that one girl. When I left, I saw another. When I came back, there was a long line from the front of the place. I came back in the evening. First time I was in daytime. Came back, long line. And the people who gave me the shots looked like me.
Wow.
And I was like, wow, the evening people. I was like, wow, the people giving the shots look like me. And there was a National Guard was there, and some looked like me. But when I looked at who was still getting the shot, I didn't see me. Except when my 22 minutes was over, this guy sat and I was like, hey, how you doing? It's good to see you. Black people think. And when I was leaving, somebody who looked like me was coming in. But that time there had to be at least 700 people in that place. Between five and it was double the size. It was so interesting. And then and I felt great. Went back to McDonald's. I guess that's my thing.
Celebrate.
Yes. Hello, felt great. But by maybe 1 o'clock, I had chills. By 2 o'clock, I had 102 fever. I had a fever for like a whole day and a half. Oh, I started feeling like myself yesterday. Yeah, after the second shot. Because I've people saying, oh, you're not going to feel so great. And my mom had it, and she was fine. But she had a little bit of chill. But whatever, with my body chemistry, it just took me down for like maybe a day and a half, 2 days. I'm glad I got it, though.
Look, when I sent you that message, like I sent up all the prayers.
Yes.
If she don't rise by the third day, it is on because I knew it. I was like, okay, Larry, I'm coming. You try to take out my girl, I'm coming.
They got Malcolm, Martin, now Candice. And Black History Month.
And Black History Month. I was so glad to get a message from you. Like, okay. All right. Like, dang it, I gotta manage clients and get out in these streets and protest. How am I do that?
Superwoman.
I was gonna do it because they can't mess with Candice. They can't Martin Malcolm. Oh my goodness. I am so proud of you for like stepping into it. I mean, that's actually pioneering, right? Like when you just said the people giving the shots look like us,
Yeah.
but the people getting it, oh my gosh, now we gotta do
It's
our
mind blowing. It's and I like what you said about the advocating, right? Is that we're at that part where everyone who I know who gets who's a provider, we put pictures up of ourselves. And can you imagine what will happen if things go wrong and the level of guilt I'll experience and other providers, because we're like, we do self advocacy. We're our brother's keeper,
right.
right? And we're the ones who hold their secrets. We're the one that encourage them sometimes into making choices. But if we don't know if it's the right choice, then we can't make that choice.
How about, you know what? That is so profound and accurate. That's the thing that made me come home
Mm.
telehealth. When we had the emergency order, I got
Mm-hmm.
my papers, I had a picture of my license, my professional license, like I'm going to work. I didn't stop seeing people face to face for like 4 weeks.
Wow.
And I realized I had this image just flash in my mind, and I'm super dramatic, you know this.
Mm-hmm.
This image of myself in an ICU, but I'm walking around. That's
Mm.
my image. You watch God and Light coming up, everything is super
Yeah.
dramatic, right? So this image I had, I'm behind the plastic in the ICU. And a reporter is like, why are you here when you could have just done telehealth?
Mm.
Like, I know.
Wow.
I out here, my car was the only car some days. What am I trying to prove? So that
Wow.
about, people rely on us to make good choices. And I had to say to myself, this isn't smart.
Mm-mm.
Like this
It's
is
not.
so now the same thing has to be invoked with getting the shot.
Yeah.
Telling you, I'm gonna send you all kinds of bit emojis of me crying and rolling on the floor because I don't want to get it. I'm gonna take my church fan. I'm gonna fall out. I know it,
And
but I was
you may not have any reaction both times. It might be something like my mother is over, she's probably watching it, over 55,
there we go. Right,
over 45. She probably be more comfortable with that.
right.
Mhm. Over 45 or 40, very small reaction.
Very small. Yeah. Yeah, part of it will be the fear of illness, and also a little bit
Yeah.
of news like,
Yeah.
is this a tracker? I'm not gonna get
Mm.
over
Yeah, but that's real and people think we're being paranoid, but people don't realize the history of what's happened to us.
it.
And that
Exactly.
history showed up last year, and it's difficult for us to not be suspicious because
Right.
of what's happened to us, and even what we've seen recently with the president. What's happened to us still plays into we don't know if we're safe.
We don't know we're
If we're
safe.
safe, and what
I
I like
tell
what you
my
said
clients,
is that
right,
we don't do self-preservation as clinicians. We do other preservation, and it's the first time I get to hear you say, "I do self-preservation."
right, which has to be seen as important. I
Mm-hmm.
tell my clients that first level, the Maslow hierarchy of needs.
Yeah.
So the first level is where most Black folks stay: food, shelter, water. I can pay my bills. I can do some stuff. I've got some resources. The second tier is safety.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
we want to get to happy, we want to get to self actualization, but we gotta go to safety, and we don't feel safe.
Absolutely.
We don't feel emotional.
Absolutely.
We don't feel taken care of. We don't feel heard. I know we just want to leave, right? The former presidential thing alone. On my group chats, it's heartbroken, not surprised,
Mm, yeah.
disappointed, not surprised.
Not surprised. Yeah. And it's funny. I said that to a friend yesterday. I said, I'm disappointed. I'm glad that it was bipartisan and that some Republicans did go to the other side. That gives me hope that we can do things together. But I'm not surprised. And the person was saying, you're being so negative. It's almost like people who say, I don't care about voting. And I said, it's not like that for me. I'm just not surprised.
No, it's the historical lack of humanity.
Yeah.
And you have to keep seeing that happen.
Hmm. Yeah.
Like, what is it going to take? Just
Yeah.
basic humanity.
Hmm. Yeah. And there's an appreciation for the gesture, for the ritual of trying to do something. And it's nice that, okay, now it could be a civil thing. Appreciation, but, you know,
Right. Now
yeah.
we have to tell our clients, do the right
Hmm.
thing, which is so hard, right?
Yeah.
Because when
Yeah.
you're coming from a place of hurt,
Yeah.
frustration, disappointment, you see people out in the world just bad behavior, and we're in our treatment rooms like, I mean, I know that happens,
Yeah. Yeah.
but
But here's the positive, right? Right. Because we did duality. Yeah, he didn't get away, but here's the positive, right? I just said it. We came together as people. We had a voice. People held me, right? But the other part is, I'm so mad because it keeps happening.
Right. And
Right?
that duality, which is the Black experience.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And there's that duality. So it's, what do you tell your clients, but also what do you tell your children?
What do you tell yourself?
Yeah.
Right? Like guaranteed President's Day, which I usually take off. I don't know why I didn't take off yesterday, but anyway. So showing up tomorrow with clients at 9 a.m. Like I gotta work on myself so I can be able to shine through and really lean into that duality. Like that I feel mad, you feel mad, we gotta keep trucking, and the keep trucking has to be great.
Yeah.
They give it to us.
Yeah. Do you bring that up in the session tomorrow, or do you let them bring it up? Do you bring it up to see where they're at with it? Or do you,
Depending on the client.
depending on the
Some of
client?
my clients, because of COVID and with all the civil unrest, like that's all they can talk about
Yeah.
because it's just so unnerving. Some of my other clients are just like, yeah, I know it happens, but it makes me mad and I don't want to talk about it.
I want to talk about it.
How do
Yeah.
you respond?
I think it depends upon the client, but I think, something you said the first time we did this was, there's certain movies you haven't even seen. Like I haven't seen 12 Years a Slave. I haven't seen Harriet Tubman because it's underneath the surface and I don't want it up above the surface because I don't want to stay at that angry place. So I'd rather stay beneath it, knowing it's there, but I don't want something that's going to trigger that and for me to live there.
Now, I will confess, right? So the knowing it's there and where it is on the surface, I have a workshop coming up with the Professional Association, and I call it the Black History Month series. Ooh, I can't wait because I know I'm gonna show off. I know it. It's got to come out, right? What did we say about trauma? Like,
I
can't wait.
You got Candice.
I'm gonna put a slide up just with your face, like they tried to get my girl. We can't go forward.
Go for
It goes moments. Like
yes.
We don't want to portray that we just hold it in and we just shun it away.
Yeah.
We wait for the spaces we can slide into. And now I might get this membership from my
You'll always have a place here on Candid on Life.
Come on home. Like they say going to Africa, come home.
Welcome.
Like, I'm going home. Let's try to know and stand up. Like we don't know you here. But I'm going somewhere.
But it's important to create that space and look for those spaces. If not creating, look for those spaces where you can voice it and verbalize it, and it can make an impact because everything we say doesn't fall on deaf ears.
Right. Gotta feel safe.
Yeah.
Gotta get processed.
It does for all of us, and it has to be acknowledged that even though we don't talk about it, it's always there.
It's always
there. Right? So it has to always be acknowledged.
Right. There you go.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you're just so deep. I'm like, I just want to shut up.
We both are just amazing.
That's why slide, Candice. I'm gonna have no face. Be like, she deep. And they were trying to take her out.
Power. On that note, we wrapped up the third episode.
Good.
So if you have enjoyed this episode, please like and share it. And don't forget, my name is Candice Richardson Dickens, and this is
Dionne Brown-Bushrod. Let me know about my lighting if I look like a ghost, because I do have some.
She's amazing, fabulous, just being humble. See everyone next time.
Take care. Bye.